In our previous episode, Prometheus had just stolen fire to give to the humans. He knew he would face punishment, but did not care. But back on Earth, Prometheus was truly worried. Nothing had come of his crime as of yet. No divine vengeance, not even a passive-aggressive message. His brother Epimetheus was certain that there was nothing to worry about. Zeus must have understood that Prometheus did the right thing, but Prometheus was not convinced. Prometheus had to remind his brother that this was really his fault. You see, Epimetheus, whose name means afterthought, was tasked by Zeus with equipping all living creatures with everything they needed for their survival. So Epimetheus gave them wings, claws, talons, fur, etc. But when it came to humans, Epimetheus had nothing left to give. So Prometheus knew that his favorite creation needed fire to survive. He told Epimetheus that something was coming. He warned him not to accept anything from Olympus, and he left to investigate. Suddenly, Epimetheus heard a knock on the door. It was Hermes, the messenger god. Epimetheus greeted him cautiously. Hermes explained that while Zeus was annoyed, he decided not to act in vengeance and instead offer a peace offering, a female human, to complete Prometheus's creation. She was also bearing a gift, Epimetheus, which is an ancient Greek jar, which she was instructed to never open. It was a jar, not a box. A jar, okay? Moving on. Pandora and Epimetheus fell in love. They spent wonderful days of peace together, until one day, when Pandora's curiosity became unbearable. She had to know what was in that jar. I mean, I would have opened it as soon as someone told me not to open it. When she opened it, from the jar sprung forth all evils, plagues, disease, and misery. Pandora panicked. She quickly shut the jar, but it was too late. All evil was unleashed. But what she didn't know was at the bottom of that jar, hope remained. And now that Prometheus's beloved creation was plagued by misery and death, Zeus could enact the final act of his vengeance. He had instructed Hephaestus to build unbreakable chains, with which they chained Prometheus on Mount Caucasus. He was to stay there forever, in eternal torment, watching his creation being punished. Zeus had also instructed an eagle, which was his emblem, to come every day and eat his liver, which would regrow each night. Now, why the liver, you might ask? Well, the ancient Greeks believed that the liver and not the heart was the source of all emotion. So Prometheus, the champion of humanity, gave everything and truly sacrificed himself for his favorite creation, until he was finally released by Heracles. Now you may wonder, why do I insist on the whole it is Pandora's jar and not Pandora's box thing? Well, it's because it was actually a mistranslation of pithos, which was a large storage jar. This is usually attributed to the 16th century humanist Erasmus of Rotterdam when he translated Hesiod's tale of Pandora into Latin. Hesiod's pithos refers to a large storage jar. Erasmus, however, translated pithos into the Latin word pixis, which means box. The phrase Pandora's box has endured ever since. Now there is also the matter of Hesiod's misogyny, who wrote this myth. He describes a golden age of humanity with abundance and peace, which was destroyed by the first woman. Something that the Judaic and Christian religions also took on board, allegedly, to blame women and embrace the doctrinal bias when establishing that women have committed a divine crime and should therefore be punished or be lesser than men. And while it has been used as a misogynistic excuse, I would argue that it lacks in value, as both Pandora and Eve succumbed to basic human curiosity. And this is it. This is the end of our creation series. Stay tuned for what I hope will be a very exciting next episode in a month's time.